Hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Scorpio, we're doing High Priestess week this week. We're going to incorporate the Dark and the Light Goddess decks. So basically it is the Dark Goddess Oracle, and then I think it's the Divine Goddess or something like that. Yeah, it's something, I don't know. Anyways, we're going to use those, and what we're going to ask is, what is your superpower? What is your kryptonite? What is your nemesis? And what is your next assignment? So I'm going to start this reading with the Dark Goddesses, and we're going to see what they have to say, Scorpio. What do I say, Scorpio, except you guys have so much to give. Like, so much to give. You have so much to give. You are a wealth of energy, of love, resource. I don't know, in whatever form that resource comes in. You, these cards are showing me, Scorpio, that you have like so much to give. And I can only describe it too as that when you cannot give it, you feel lost. Like okay, if there's I don't know if this reading is going to resonate for everyone, but I don't know. I want to kind of describe though every Scorpio that I've ever known. Like, I'm an Aries, and I find that I can have a lot of energy. I can really outdo a lot of people most of the time. Although as I get older, not quite so much. But I always kind of thought that, yeah, I didn't really meet a lot of people that could kind of keep up with my pace until I started meeting some Scorpios. I was like, oh my God. Like, I've met Scorpios, you could be so sick and you keep doing, like, you just keep going. Like, it just, I actually have not met a Scorpio that can't. I'm kind of like, I want to say shocked and awed by the life force energy within a Scorpio. And, this is shining so strongly here in this reading, Scorpio, but it's almost like it needs an outlet. You need an outlet for this. And maybe for some of you, the tricky part is finding a worthy and a healthy outlet for that. Because, yeah, you know, you think about it, like, you're fire and water, and if those two elements just work, it gets bound up in each other. The fire is probably trying to evaporate the water, and the water is trying to put out the fire. You need them to flow out. And whenever I think of like fire and water, I think of the 10 of Cups. You know, I think of like water and sunlight and how it makes rainbows and beautiful things happen. That's like the kind of the overall essence of what I have in this reading here. I'm going to get into sort of like finer details about how this seems to be playing out. I want to say too, you know, you may have, I could see this energy that I seem to see that you possess here as maybe people taking advantage of it when you were more youthful, because you have so much to give. You do. And those that you may have, okay, those that don't have much to give but have a lot to receive, like there's sort of a vacuum, would probably draw you in. And then they would probably deplete you. And then you may even pull back. And then you get to the point where you feel eventually, once you've healed yourself all up, you feel lost in this, that now you don't have something to give. So, you know, I could see like a pattern even happening for whoever I'm reading this for, where, and then you go back out there and you give, but you give to the wrong ones. I want to say the thing that I see here right now is that you found something that you really want to invest in. You have found something that you want to put everything into. You want to give your love. You want to give your drive, your passion. You want to give your resources. You want to help out. This is like, okay, this is reminding me a little bit of like my stepdad. When my mom first met him, he was like head over heels for her. And my mom was never like, well, my parents got divorced. She was single for like, I don't know, 20 some years. And then she just finally decided at some point, she said, no, I want to meet someone. You know, like, she's just like very independent woman. And it's funny because then shortly after that, she bumped into my stepdad, God bless his soul, because he has passed. And I remember the first time he took her, she said to me, he had a beautiful place on a lake, on a river. And he had all these he had boats and ATVs. And he took her for a ride up the ATV trail, up on the hill. And he said to her, he said, oh, this could be yours. My mom thought, that's a little forward. It's only like a second or third kind of date. And I remember she was talking to me on the phone. She said, he's such a nice man. My God, there are people out there who would really take advantage of like his kindness. Okay, because he was like, give her everything. He was just like, I don't need everything. I just really like you. And I enjoy spending my time with you. Your place is really nice. And his place went to his grandkids and everything that was up front. She was like, no, I don't want that. Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, because that's the first thing she said to me. She said, he's such a kind man. Like, I feel kind of glad that he met me, because I'm not going to take any of his stuff. I just want to get to know him better. He seems like I really enjoy being with him, and he's so much fun. But there's other people that would just like, how can I, the minute he would have said something like that, how can I take that? How can I own that? How can all this become mine? Because that could be like, the Pandora's box with that, because you are that. I want to say in some ways kind of what I'm describing, like the goodness, the charitability, the burning fire within that can feed others. That it's funny, like my stepdad was a Leo. So there is that fire energy that's coming through with you. Boy, look at this. I mean, look at it. And it's your superpower though. This is your strong point. This is like something that you are gifted at, is you have so much to give and you're so determined to do it. And you have the Lovers, you have the King of Wands, you have the Six of Pentacles. When it is your person, and when I say your person, it could be your kid, it could be your partner, it could be your sibling, it could be your mom, your dad, whoever it is. When you know that it is, you want to give whatever you can. This is the kind of energy to me of someone who would, it's a little extreme, but I would throw down my life for you. It's kind of like that, but don't take it to that extreme. That's your superpower. And then here, your weakness though is like, okay, it's loss and forgiveness. But this loss card is interesting because it does kind of feel like, the things that we lose in life and okay, I want to say what I get with this the most is it's coming up as one of the Jerry Seinfeld episodes. It was, Elaine was dating this guy and he wanted to just give everything. And it was weird. It was, like, I think after he'd met Jerry's parents and then they flew back to Florida. He was like, no, I could have done more. I could have given more. I could have sold this watch. Could have bought them a better dinner. Or it's like, it was just obviously satire and extreme. But there's that energy of, I wish I'd done more. I wish I could have done more. I wish I had more to give. I did have more to give. I could have given more. I don't know, Scorpio, but that's your weakness. Okay, it's to not do. So don't get into that, because that doesn't do you any good. But I do want to say though, when you find yourself in a point of not being able to give, to those that you got something to give, It eats at you. It eats at you. People that you know you have something to give to, who deserve it, who absolutely, I'm not feeding into an empty well here. I am like nurturing something beautiful that I believe in, right? There's a difference. And I love that this is coming through, because, you know, a lot of the energy that I read tends to be, because a lot of people who are into this tend to be very spiritual, sensitive souls, empathic, and they can be taken advantage of a lot in life. And most of the time, picking up energy where they're not capable of giving at this point when they're coming to readings. I'm seeing somebody here who's got so much to give. It's just, wow, Scorpio. I really hope that people in your life appreciate it. I shouldn't have said it that way, because, well, it is what it is. The Princess of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Emperor and Temperance. Again, this is like somebody who's got everything here. Resources, know-how, emotions, ability, intelligence, leadership. And then what is this? It's like a child. It's like a child. So it could even be for your own child. But Temperance, this is just feeling like things were held back. Can forgive me, I didn't give as much as I could have given. I could have given so much more. Oh. Okay, your nemesis. Protecting co-creation. This feels a little bit to me like trying to protect the thing that you want to give so much to. And look at the cards you pulled out. The Knight of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Six of Cups. The Six is Scorpio. I think the 4, 5, and 6 are Scorpio. Or is it the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah, it would be. It's the 5, 6, 7 that... Yeah. Anyways, I don't know why I always feel like the 7 of Cups should be Pisces, but then it's not, because the 10 is Pisces. I believe it's Mars in Pisces is the 10 of Cups. So that would be, so there's three deacons. So that means going backwards, it would be 10, 9, and 8 is Pisces. So no, you're 5, 6, and 7. So right, yeah, there you are. But this is like, so the Knight of Cups, this 4 of Cups is called blended pleasures, or blended pleasure. And then the 6 of Cups is called pleasure. So your nemesis, I want to say, is being pulled in different directions, wanting to protect what it is that you really want to build up on. You know, this could be to someone who, like, you adore your family, you adore your siblings, you adore whoever it is, whatever it is. But the reality of life is they're not the only person on the planet. There's other things that need to be looked after. This is what this feels like. It's like I could have done so much more. I could give so much more, but I can't. I've pulled this way and pulled that way. You were learning more, because it's a nemesis, it makes you stronger. It hits you in your weak spot and you become stronger with it. Whereas though you adapt and you really come up with ways, I think, well, here you got a big, this is so determined to give everything I have into this. And you know, it could even be a project. It doesn't have to be a person or people, but there's a really personal investment here that I'm feeling. It's the kind of passion I want to say that we have for living entities. Not just, well, you know, these could be projects that serve living entities too. So your next assignment is to obsess over water. So Scorpio, I loved it when I pulled it out. Obsession with the water. Obsessed with your emotions. It's all yours. You can do it. Do it. I know you will. You'll do it so well, Scorpio. Like, oh, I'm going to get into my feelings. I'm going to feel them all. It's your next assignment. It is to you know what? It is. Here's the thing, because this obsession card talks about putting, you're directing outside of yourself too much and into something else or someone else. But that's what you're being told to do with your emotions. You're told to like dive into something in the future here and just like swim in it like you've never swam in anything like it before. Ugh, it feels good, actually. Like, it just feels like, it feels right for you somehow. And I feel like you're powerful enough to recognize what's safe for you and what isn't. And it's coming up pretty interesting. It's coming up with the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Wands, and the Sun. I want to say this 10 of Wands feels like it's the energy that sits between you and what it is, this blended pleasure, like trying to have to blend your emotions in more than one spot. That's how this feels. It's like your intent, and then here it is over here. It's like, oh yeah, this is my soulmate. This is my soul family. This is where I want to really take it. But it's releasing that burden. Oh, look at the release. This is passion. Scorpio, this is passion. This is love. This is what songs and poetry and paintings are made out of. This is what wars are fought over. This is like all of that stuff. This is what kingdoms like are built up and collapse over. It's intense. And this is Scorpio. Look at this. I love it. You got the Death card and then harmonious change. The 2 of Pentacles. But it's, you know, really practical. So I kind of want to say too, like if you've been through some sort of major change in your life, which again is very Scorpionic, major change, it was met with initially just, you know, having to be really practical and look after this, look after that. And this is just, I feel something here I have not felt before. And boy, I want to put all of me into it. Yeah, and you're gonna. I think you're gonna in the future. You are. You have rebirth. Rebirth is the first underlying card. Rebirth, flow. Things sort of have to naturally proceed. Compassion, stillness. Wow, it's beautiful. This to me, this is sitting and finding the ability to love with compassion. Like, right, it's like the ability to love and seeing something you want to put that into. And stillness, it's being calm though, so maybe not even the moon. It's almost as if there's some sort of beauty that, is it painful? Maybe not to Scorpio with this energy. I would see a lot of other signs, perhaps being frustrated. I don't want to say that you don't have it, but I feel like maybe you deal with it well. But there's a sense of stillness that needs to be honored here with the stillness and the moon. A secret healing. Ooh. Oh, I want to say you're almost standing still. You're like the big elixir. That's what you are. You're like the great big elixir, the great big Ace of Cups that has some secret power to heal. It's really, you just sit in it. It's nice. Actually, it's helping me out a little bit. I've been burning the candle at both ends and in between. I feel it. Denial. But remember to look after yourself. Remember to look after yourself. I looked into this card. I just read the book again when it came out. I just wanted to make sure. I was kind of touching on all things. It is kind of the story of, you know, recognizing what's worth investing in and what isn't. And that can take time, especially with an energy like this, because you are the chalice of you're kind of like the Holy Grail. I'm gonna say it. I love coming into your energy so often, Scorpio. It's just, I feel like you do something to the Mars energy that like I have within myself that is very yeah, you make steam with it maybe, like you settle it. It's nice. But the where's it going? Oh yeah, because you are like the holy chalice, and you've probably run into a lot of empty vessels. A lot of empty vessels. I think what your intent to invest in, it's almost like another vessel that's similar to yours with the Lovers, but it's oh my gosh, the waters have become still. Look at, right, the Temperance. It's these two waters coming together and flowing, feeding each other. That's why this is so worth the investment. And that's why this flows. This is worth investing in, Scorpio. Obsessed with the water, with these emotions, because they are tempered. They do feed. This is not going to drain you. They are not going to drain you, and you are not going to drain them. So look after yourself. That's why it's so important. Well, I kind of thought it was more like a big picture thing with this energy, to recognize who's worth investing in and who's not, who values you and who doesn't, and for the right things, right? This is, I'm almost seeing like electricity flowing through these cups. You are the healing elixir. And it's almost like when it starts to flow, whatever you put in there, your return, like it doesn't drain you. It will be returned to you. I don't even have to clarify this. I mean, this is so open. Such an open, beautiful reading. Beautiful reading, Scorpio. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to pull out a card from the Witch's Oracle. And I'm going to, well, not with that card. I'm just going to pull one out, get you an incantation. And I'm going to use, I've gone to the, Libra told me to pull out the Energy Oracle deck. So I'm doing that. Using the Energy Oracle deck and the Steampunk Tarot. I use the Heaven and Earth Tarot in this if you're curious. But in the extended, we're going to ask what from your past still pulls on you, what from your future is trying to push you forward, how this push and pull affects you, and then how you can allow all things to flow forward or freely, you know. Until next time, Scorpio, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.